What's up, FOA squad? I'm Anthony, and welcome to our channel, Life with Anthony. I hope you guys are doing well out there. Happy Friday to you guys. I have been staying at Campgrounds now for a little over 2 years, ever since I left my job a little over 2 years ago. So today I'm going to be giving you guys all the numbers of what I have been paying to stay at these campgrounds. Now, the numbers that I'm going to present to you guys today are current numbers. I took the time yesterday and went on each of these campgrounds' website, and these are the numbers that they currently have on their website. Now, before I get into all of that good stuff, I have two things I want to mention to you guys. The first being, I am not going to China. I decided that I did not want to go. There are no complex reasons why I decided not to go. I just decided that I did not want to go. Now, since I'm not going to China, after I leave this campground, I'm going to head back down to my site in Florida and work on some projects there until my next campground, which will be September the 25th in Georgia for 2 weeks. And that's the plan so far. And after that is the cruise in October. So I've been doing plenty traveling this year. I went to Dubai in January. Now I have the cruise in October. So I'm good for now. All right, the next thing I want to mention to you guys is about the FOA merchandise website. I got a couple of orders, and the shipping cost was just ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I am not cool at what they were charging to have a t-shirt sent to them. So I went in there and I did some research, and actually, once again, Michael came to my rescue because I talked to him about it, and he sent me a link which gave me some step-by-step instructions on how to set a flat rate. So that is what I did. So the flat rate for you to receive and get a t-shirt sent to you is $6. One of the person who bought a t-shirt paid $15 for shipping fee. I was like, oh no, that's not cool at all. So I reimbursed the two people who purchased a t-shirt. I reimbursed them the difference of what they paid and from what I set it at $6. So now nobody t-shirt, no matter where you are in the United States, if you purchase one t-shirt, it should not cost you more than $33, $27.56 for the t-shirt, which includes the taxes plus the $6 to have it shipped to you. Now, there might be a little give or take there, might be a little dollar here, a dollar there on your end or my end, but I think it's so much more fair than to have you paying $13 and $15 to have a t-shirt sent to you. So I hope this encouraged a lot more of you to purchase the t-shirt. I'm pretty sure a couple of you guys went on there and got to the checkout part and was like, whoa, I'm not paying $13 to have this t-shirt sent to me. So I hope that this change will encourage you guys to go on the website and purchase some t-shirts and support Life with Anthony and support your boy. All right, because the t-shirts are going to be nice. All right. Okay, so the last thing I want to say about that is you can find the website two different ways. Under every video moving forward, if you pause the video and then underneath the video, you'll see more. You click on more, and then you should see the website. Now, there are two FOA merchandise websites listed. The first one is for Teespring. I've never gotten rid of that one yet. I keep on saying or intended to get rid of that site. But you want to click on the one that is in all capital letters and have a globe beside it. And it's FOA merchandise, because both of them say FOA merchandise, but one of them have the YouTube icon next to it and the other one have the globe next to it. It's the last one. And you want to click on that one. It's in all capital letters. The other way you can reach the website is to just simply type it in your browser and do a search for www.foamerchandise.com, and that will take you directly to the page as well. Both ways are pretty cut and dry and pretty easy to get to the website. All right, now that all that business is over with, let's get into what I have been paying to stay at these campgrounds for the past 2 years. Now, up until January of not January, my bad, November of last year when I bought the trailer, I was tent camping. So my expenses at these campgrounds were fairly inexpensive, or I should say reasonable. But since then, I have been RV camping, and boy, oh boy, did I get a rude awakening at how much it costs at different campgrounds to RV camp, especially when I was learning, what you get, what you don't get for that cost. It it was an eye opener for me, because I know, and since November up until now, I know that I've definitely spent double the cost of what I was spending when I was tent camping. So I'm going to run through 7 different campgrounds. Now, 2 of the campgrounds do not have their rates on their website. Their process is that you fill out a reservation request form for all your information, your dates, and the type of site you want, tent, RV, cabin, whatever, and then they will send you the cost of it, and you can either yay or nay it or whatever and move forward or not. I will let you know which of those 2 campgrounds when I get to them. So let's start off with Oz. Oz is in Unadilla, Georgia. You guys have seen me at Oz many, many times. I've made many videos at Oz. It's where Joe and Adolfo and I hang out at, and I really like this campground. Now, Oz is the least expensive campground of the 7. I intend on spending more time at Oz next year for that reason, that it is the least expensive campground, and I really enjoy myself when I go to Oz. I like the vibe of Oz. I like what they have there. So I definitely will be spending more time there next year. So let's get into some prices here. Let's start with the tent. The tent sites at Oz, they all have electric. It's 15 amps. Now, 15 amp might not sound like a lot to you guys, but it was definitely a sufficient amount of amps for me to do what I'll need to do. I guess when you're tenting, you don't need to have a high power of amps at your site. They probably figured that you plugging in like basic things. It did allow me to charge my 2,000 watt Jackery, and that's the biggest thing that I needed to have charged with no problem. I've never had a problem with electric at the tent sites at Oz, so that for me was enough. All right, and they also have a fire pit and a table at each of those sites. Now, they do not have water at those sites, but they do, the way that Oz is made, their tent area, it goes in a little small circle, and they do have a sink in the center of that, so you can take your dishes up there and wash your dishes or brush your teeth or whatever. They also have the shower room there, a couple steps away, for if you need like a sink. They have 2 sinks there, 3 or 4 showers, outdoor showers, and 2 toilet areas. And that is $23 per night. Now, the thing that I learned about Oz is that they do not upcharge you for the weekend. At least I did not see it like that. So it seems like it's going to be $23 no matter which night you go there, which is a good thing, because all other campgrounds do an upcharge because it's the weekend, and you'll see that as I go on. All right, now the RV sites at Oz are $44 per night, and you can get a 30 amp electrical box, and you get water, and you get your own individual sewage line, which you will learn as I go on that not all the campgrounds have individual sewage lines. Okay, so with that, you also get a picnic table and a fire pit as well. Oz also have a day pass. Their day pass is $10. Again, there is no upcharge if you come during the day on a Saturday versus a Wednesday versus a Tuesday, a Friday. I did not see where there was an upcharge in price. So that's very, very good. And the last thing I want to let you guys know about Oz is that Their yearly membership is $15 a year, which is one of, if not the least expensive yearly membership of all the 7 campgrounds that I'm going to talk about. So that wraps it up for Oz. Again, Oz is one of the campgrounds that I really, really enjoy going to and definitely intend on spending more time there next year. The second campground is going to be Camp Mars in Venus, Florida. That is where I have my perm site there. So let's get into some numbers with Camp Mars. Camp Mars tent site is $25 a night, and that is Monday through Thursday. Now, Friday through Sunday and holidays, they are $30 per night. They have a 15 amp electric at each of the tent sites. They do not have water at the sites, but they do have an amazing kitchen that you go in and wash all your dishes and do all those sorts of things in. Each of their tent sites do have a picnic table as well as a fire pit, so that's really good as well. Now, Camp Mars. Okay, let's go to the RV site. That's it for the tent site. It's pretty cut and dry. It's $25 Monday through Thursday, $30 Friday through Sunday and holidays. Now, the RV sites, you get a 30 amp electric box, water, and sewage. Now, not all of their RV sites, but I would say about 95% of their RV sites have a individual sewage line in them. There are, I think, about maybe 3 or so sites that just have the electric and water. Okay, so their cost per night is $45 per night, Monday through Thursday, $50 per night from Friday through Sunday and holidays. Now, their, what else I want to say here? Okay, they have a 50 amp electric, $50 Monday through Thursday, $55 Friday through Sunday and holidays. They do have monthly rates. Their monthly rate is $700 per month with a max of 3 months. And that is with electric, a 30 amp electric, water, and sewage. They also have a day pass. Their day pass is $10 Sunday and Saturday and holidays. All right, and the membership at Camp Mars is $20 per year. So that wraps up Camp Mars and all of their numbers. Freedom Valley in New London, Ohio is the next campground that I'm going to talk about. I just spent about a month and a half there, so everything is kind of fresh in my head about my stay there. Now, Freedom Valley membership is $15 per year. And this is the first of the 2 campgrounds that do not have their rates listed at their on their website. You have to fill out a reservation request form, and once again they will tally it up for you, let you know what the cost is, send you an email, and then you can decide whether that's good for you or not. Another reason I think they do that is to confirm availability of what time frame that you are trying to I guess reserve. All right, now this is Campground. I learned as an RV camper there the month and a half that they did not have their individual sewage lines. I made a video at that campground where I showed you guys where I did my own pump out, and I took my waste up to the dump station and did my own dumping of the waste and everything. It was $25 a week for 1 pump out per week. The tent area there is an area that does not suit my liking because it has most of the tent area is primitive tenting, and they do have, I think, about 3 electrical posts where people plug in extension cords and run them however long they can go in every direction. But for the most part, that is a primitive tent campsite, which would not suit me. You have to take your things down there and get your area all set up. You're not allowed to park your vehicle down there. They have a parking lot where you just go ahead and set up and then take your car to the parking lot and park for the duration of your time there. Now, I have seen all types of camping rigs and things down there other than tents. I've seen pop-up tents down there. I've seen small trailers like mine down there, excuse me, as well. I've seen like really small compact ones down there. So it's not exclusive to tents. So they allow other types of sleeping arrangements or sleeping vehicles down there in that area. All right, so that's all that I have for you on Freedom Valley, since they don't have their rates listed on their website. The next campground, number 4, is River's Edge, and they are located in Dewey Rose, Georgia. So they have an in-season and a winter season pricing rates. So I'm going to start with the in-season pricing rates. For the tent section is $23 per night, Monday through Thursday, $27 per night, Friday through Sunday, and holidays is $44 per night. Now, that is the in-season. Now, the in-season dates for them are March the 1st through November the 30th. So if you go there, visit them from March the 1st to November the 30th, then you will be paying in-season costs. Now, their winter season for their tent is $11 per night, Monday through Thursday, and $13.50 per night, Friday through Sunday, $27 per night, holidays. And their winter season is from December the 1st through February the 28th, which is basically winter time. So if you go there during the winter time, if you are winter camping, you're definitely going to pay a low rate to be there. Now let's get into the RV costs here at the campground. For 30 amp electric, which they have at each of their campsites. Now, they don't have water at their campsites, their tent sites, nor do they have a sewage system at their tent sites. They do have water stations all around the tent area, but no separate water at each tent site. Now, their tent sites are running $32 per night, Monday through Thursday, $38 per night, Friday through Sunday, and a whopping $62 per night on holidays. This is, again, what they call their in-season. This campground also do an in-season and a winter season. I don't have the dates of when the in-season and winter seasons are for this campground. Now, for the RV sites, on this campground are the same rates. Okay, the RV sites are, you get a 30 and or a 50 amp electric box there. So you can plug in a 30 amp attachment or a 50 amp attachment. And the cost is the same as the tent. No, they were the RV rates. My bad. They were the RV rates. They were the RV rates for the 30 amp sites. The 30 and or 50 sites are the same cost as if you had a site that just had a 30 amp hookup. All right, a new membership at this campground is $20 per year. A renewed membership is $15 per year. They also have a day pass. Their day pass is $15 Monday through Thursday, $21 Friday through Sunday, and if you go there for one day on the holidays, it's $37, and that is the end season. Now, if you go for a day pass during the winter season, it's $7.50 Monday through Thursday, $10.50 Friday through Sunday, and $21 during the holidays. So once again, if you are a winter camping, you save a lot of money by going, but I can't imagine a lot of people there during that time. And part of what makes a campground nice to visit is there are people around. Okay, their monthly pass there, you can get a monthly pass, a monthly day pass for $192. You are entitled to go there every day within that month for that cost. They also have a pet fee for $20. I don't know whether that's $20 a day or that's just a flat rate of $20. And that is it for Freedom Valley. River's Edge in Dewey Rose, Georgia. Now let's move on to the campground that I am currently at, Hillside Campground, located in New Milford, Pennsylvania. Their membership fee is $25 per year. Their day pass varies. They have a day pass at $10 a day, and that will allow you to be in the campground from 10 a.m. in the morning to 6 p.m. in the evening. Or you can pay $20 for a day pass that will allow you to be in the campground from 10 a.m. in the morning till 2 a.m. in the morning, and that is when the bonfire on the weekends is over at 2 a.m. They have seasonal passes here. Their seasonal pass is $375. They typically open the first week of May and close sometime, I believe, mid-September. So if you live nearby and you come here often, you can get a unlimited day pass for $75. Now, if you come here on the weekends or holidays or special events, your day pass is going to be $20. Now let's get into what their tent sites here at Hillside will run you. They're $25 per person weekdays. Now, what I want to explain to you about the way that this campground, Hillside, charges you, their rates, their campsites are considered a two-person campsite. They do have a handful of sites that are one-person sites. That is the site that I usually stayed in prior to getting my trailer. You guys have seen me make many videos on at that site, Site 101 here. That is considered a one-person rate. Now, other than that, those few handful of sites that are considered one-person site, all other RV sites and tent sites are considered a two-person site, which means the rate that I'm going to tell you guys is for 2 people per person. So the big thing to understand about that, what I'm saying is that if you are a solo camper like myself and you are at a two-person site, you will pay the two-person site rate. They do not do because I'm one person on the site, I should pay a one-person site. No, you will pay a two-person site. So, for example, I would just go through it and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so their tent sites is $25 per person on the weekdays. It's $40 per person weekends, which includes Friday and Saturday. So what that basically means that you double. If you are a single camper, you double that, and that's what you'll be paying. Now, if you have a friend that wants to come in and stay at your site with you, they potentially do not have to pay because you already paid for that site for 2 people to be on that site. So $25 for a solo camper here becomes $50 per night. $40 for a solo camper here becomes $80 per night. So it's important that you understand that if you are considering coming to this campground, understand the rates and how you are going to be charged once you come here or if you want to come here. Now, holiday weekends is $45 per person, which in turns go back to the solo theory again, which will be $90 per night. It is a 3-night minimum if you come here during a holiday weekend like Memorial Weekend or Labor Day weekend. Special events weekends is a 2-night minimum at $45 per night. Again, I stress. If you are a solo camper, that $45 becomes $90. On the weekdays, now let's move into the RV sites. On the weekdays, the RV sites are $30 per person. The weekends are $45 per person. The RV sites here have water and electric. They do not have individual sewage lines at each site. They do have a pump out, a person that will come around and pump out your trailer or your rig, and the cost of that is $50 for them to come and empty out your trailer waste. So $50 is quite a bit of money, in my opinion, especially when I came from a campground that was, $25. So that's doubled here at Hillside. You need to know all of these facts if you come here and you're going to be needing your trailer, your waste emptied. The cost of it is $50. I'm not sure if I saw that on their website or not, but I learned that by being here for my first time with a trailer, that is the fee that they charge to come and pump out your waste. RV sites here on holidays and weekends. Holiday weekends are $50 per person. Once again, if you're a solo camper, that becomes $100 per person. It is a 3-night minimum on the holiday weekends. And special event weekends is also $50 per person. They only have one special event weekend, and that's Illumination, which usually takes place the first weekend in August. And that weekend is a 2 minimum night weekend. So if you want to come here for that weekend, you will pay $50 per person. You will pay $100 per person if you are, again, a single camper that's occupying what they consider a 2-person site. And I think that is all for Hillside. Hillside is the first all-male campground that I've come to. I was coming to this campground for about, 5 or 6 years before I was able to leave my job and have all my time available to myself and get out there and start exploring other campgrounds. So this campground holds kind of like a little special thing with me, but at the same time, I do think that is one of the most expensive ones out of the 7 that I'm talking about today. So you be the judge of your wallet. You be the judge of how good of a time you have when you come here. I do enjoy myself when I come here. I'm not sure quite yet, because this is the first visit here with my trailer. I'm not quite sure yet my level of good time justify the cost of my being here. All right, the next campground is Vitambi Springs. Now, I spent 3 months at this campground. I spent January, February, and March of this year at this campground. This was the second campground that I stayed once I got my trailer back in November of last year. Now, the Vitambi Springs campground is in Clewiston, Florida. They are the second campground that do not have their rates online, and you have to fill out a reservation request form with all your information, the dates that you want to come, the type of site you want, and they will send you an email with the overall cost of it, and then you can yay or nay it. You will be required to put down a 50% deposit for the reservation, Once they send you that email with all your numbers on it and you okay it, you will be responsible for or required to pay a $50 deposit at that time. And then the rest will be due once you arrive at the campground. Now, the only kind of numbers that I can give you about this campground is I can tell you what I paid the 3 months that I stayed there. Their monthly rates. Now, they do have two different rates. They have a section what they call the Canada section. That's where the snowbirds come from Canada and come to Florida, come down to Florida and stay for several months. Their rate is lower than the other section and the other RV sections because they have a electric box and they pay electric. This campground charges you not only for the stay of your site, but electric as well. You can see the electrical boxes around in that area. But where I stayed the 3 months didn't have individual electrical boxes. So I think they incorporated that in the monthly rate, because I have a friend that was there the same time that I was there, and we got to talking, and I asked him how much was his monthly rate there because he was going to be there for about 2 months, and his monthly rate was less than mine. And that's when I kind of figured out that they must incorporate what they might think the electrical part of it will be. So their monthly rates at the Tomby Springs and Clewiston, Florida is $1,187 per month. And I stayed there for 3 months. So I paid about $3,500 for 3 months. Now, that sounds crazy. And it is crazy. But that was before I got my perm spot at Camp Mars. Had I had my perm spot in Camp Mars, I definitely would not have stayed there for that long period of time. But it was a time where I was still, mapping out my schedule so I don't have to do a whole lot of moving around. And from one campground to the next, I was staying at campgrounds for longer periods of time so that I can be settled. And I paid that. It was my first time at that campground, so I didn't know the vibe of it. I didn't know what the campground offered. And I'm not going to try and put a bad taste on any of these campgrounds. But I will say for this campground, the cost does not justify the amenities there. And that's all I will say about that. It was a nice campground. I got to know the staff there during the my 3 month stay there. They have a restaurant there that I frequently ate at. The food was decent, but it is an expensive campground. Now they have electric, water, and sewage at each of the individual RV sites. I haven't checked out their tent sites. I've seen a couple of them around. Their tent sites are kind of sporadic all over the campground. They don't have like a tent section per se. So that's that. That's all the information I have on them. All right, the last one that I'm going to talk about is Sawmill Resort, as they call it, and that is located in Dade City, Florida. You guys have also seen me make several videos, and I did a tour video of the campground. I did a tour video of all the campgrounds that I spoke about today. So let's talk a little about Sawmill. Sawmill Day Pass is $10 per day, Monday through Thursday. $15 per day, Friday, Sunday, and if you come after 7 p.m., it's $10. Special events day pass cost is $30 on the weekends, and there are no after 7 o'clock entries for the weekend special events. Now, their membership fee is $50 per year, which is by far the most expensive yearly membership. $50 a year is, in my opinion, insane. It really is. That's a lot of money. I mean, for someone like me who only visit there once a year, $50 per year was just, I don't know, it just doesn't seem fair. Now, their RV cost All of their RV sites include a 30 and or a 50 electric hookup. So you'll have the capabilities of using a 30 amp connector or a 50 amp connector at your site. Okay, their RV sites are $50 per night, Sunday through Thursday. They are, once again, double occupancy as well. And then Friday and Saturday, their RV sites are $80 per night and $100 per night on special events Saturday. Now, for their site, I'm not sure if they charge you like Hillside per person or per site. From my understanding of the way they had it worded, they said that it's $50. They say that it is a two-person site, but it's not $50 per person. So it's $50 a night for that site, but limited to 2 people. Any more than 2 people will be additional costs. So that's a big difference between Hillside, where I am now, and this particular campground, Sawmill. They charge per site with a limited of 2 people and not per person. All right, so they do have some weekly and monthlies and 6 months and all of that good stuff here. It's $350 for a week here. Give or take, that's $50 per night. They do have, so that's kind of not like a discount. I think if someone stays at your campground for more than the weekend, that they should have some type of discount. So if you break that $350 down, that's $50 a night, and that's what it typically costs from Sunday through Thursday. All right, and if you want to stay there a month, it's $950. Now, I won't say something because I'll be telling on myself, because I'm going to be there for a month in February. My cost might be different because maybe February is considered an in-season, out-of-season, whatever that may be. But that's that. Now, if you stay for a month or more, you are going to be required to pay a $300 deposit. Now, what I do like about this campground, and I mentioned this several times when I was going there with my minivan, is that they have overnight cost and they have van sites. They have 4 sites that are dedicated to people who want to, like if you have a conversion van of some sort and you don't have the whole tent set up, or you don't want an RV, or you don't want a cabin, you can park in that area, and they have electric and water at each of those 4 sites that they have available. And they cost $35 a night during the weekdays, $50 per night weekends, and special events is a whopping $65 per night. Wowzer. $65. All right, so the tent sites there are $17 per person, Sunday through Thursday, $25 per person, Friday through Saturday, $35 per person on holiday weekends. And here they have a strict rule of a 14-day stay in the tent area. And pet fees are $25 at this campground. I don't know, again, if that's a flat rate or, I don't know, $25 a night. Who knows? But it's $25. Now, I am finished with giving you guys the breakdown. This is what I have been paying at these campgrounds. Another reason why I wanted to make this type of video for you guys is to give you guys a little more insight as to why I am changing up my game, changing up my traveling next year, or maybe even the latter part of this year. And I'm going to start tent camping. My plan is to leave my trailer down in Florida at my site and just tent camp. I have all the things that I need to tent camp, with the exception of one thing, and I will be purchasing that as well. I intend on getting a second Jackery just to have that power. I have been in 2 situations now since I bought this trailer at different campgrounds where the electric went out. Fortunately, they weren't out for a long time, but one of those cases, my refrigerator, my Jackery power was down really low. I didn't know how long it was going to take for them to get the power back up, etc., etc. So it's nice to have those. And talking with my friend Adolfo, you know, he recommends that I get a generator for those moments, and even not just for those moments, for moments when I'm traveling from one place to the next and I'm staying overnight somewhere and it's hot outside and I can't run my air conditioner on my house battery. It's nice to have a generator to be able to run my air conditioner to stay warm. So my intentions is to be prepared for every scenario. I think that's the best way to do it. Even if you purchase something and you don't get to use it but once a year, you are prepared and you have it for when you need it that one time that year. So I intend on purchasing a couple more things that will help me to fully be prepared for any situation or any scenario. All right, guys, that is going to be a wrap for today's video. I hope this information was helpful to you guys. If you are thinking about visiting any of these campgrounds, again, these are current numbers that are on their website. I did go on their website yesterday and got all of these numbers. All in all, I would say that my campground experiences have been really good. One thing that I have to get better at is getting out and socializing with people and participating in the weekend events and everything. And so that because I get into these little periods of I get bored, and a lot of that is on me because when I stay someplace for a month or more, I get content with just staying in my trailer, staying to myself, and that could lead to me start to feel bored and get boring. I mean, it starts to be boring. But again, that's on me. I need to get out on the weekends, especially the weekends where different people come into each of the campgrounds. It's a different vibe than it is during the week. I definitely need to get out more, and, you know, even if it's to go to the dance hall and you know, just get it going a little bit. I need to do that. And I hope to start doing that so that I can better enjoy myself at these campgrounds. I'm not saying that my stays at these campgrounds are daunting, because they are far from that. It's just that I get so caught up with just being by myself and relaxing. I don't go to the campgrounds to be out there partying it up and all of that kind of stuff. I am someone who is in full relaxation mode in my life right now, and I like that. But I do need to get out more at these campgrounds, especially on the weekends. All right, guys, that's going to be a wrap for today's video. As always, thanks for taking a few minutes out of your day to watch my videos. I appreciate you guys. You know that. And I'll see you guys the next time.